I go by the name of DJ FlipStar, aka Anthony Santos. Unfortunately, I got a famous name, so that's my real government name, Anthony Santos, aka DJ FlipStar.
FlipStar, where you from?
I was born in DR. I came when I was 9 months and was really, like, literally raised in New York. So I was born in DR, came at the United States when I was 8 months, been raised here ever since. So I'm 28. So I've been in the United States for 28 years.
So you were raised around 145th and Amsterdam or?
Harlem, New York, 145th and Broadway, that whole area. I was born in, I was raised there.
How was it growing up over there?
Just like any other hood. Drugs, the hustle in the corner, or if it's not in the corner, in a bodega. School-wise, it was pretty rough too, due to the fact we was mixed with blacks, Latinos, and you know how that goes. So there was a lot of ups and downs being raised in Harlem. You see a lot of negative and a lot of positive things.
Right. You went to public high school, Catholic high school?
At the beginning, I was going through public school. Public school all the way to high school. High school, I transferred to private school due to the fact I was doing a lot of reckless stuff in school. I was being loud, I wasn't being focused, what I was supposed to be focusing in, which was school. So then my mom took me to a private school so I could really focus on what I had to do for the future.
What private school was that?
Cardinal Hayes in the Bronx.
Cardinal Hayes. A lot of famous people graduated from Cardinal Hayes, right?
I mean, you could Google it. I'm one of them. Nah, a lot of successful people graduated from my high school. So if y'all want and Google Cardinal Hayes High School, they have a whole rundown of a lot of people that graduated there. A lot of graduates.
How did you get into the DJing? How did that come about?
DJing, I will say, basically the family. My family, well, you're my family. A lot of people don't know, my actual cousin is interviewing me right now. The family, we always used to throw parties just because, either somebody's birthday or just for us to just reunite and just chill. So basically, music, I would say, came through the family. We love music, we love to dance, we love having a good time. And we used to see our cousin DJ just because he was playing hot music and we used to jump around. And then we started following his footsteps, his name is Freddie Lee. We started following his footsteps of doing private parties. And then after that, I got the hang of me DJing by myself. Not just with a computer, we see DJs, how to mix, how to blend the music, and then later on in the future, look where I'm at right now.
FlipStar, how did that name come about? Where did you get that name? Was that your first name, or how did FlipStar come about?
Name. FlipStar, since the first name, I didn't like my DJ name, and I'm not gonna say it on the interview because that shit sounds horrible.
I think we should say it just so that people know.
My first DJ name and was my first and last DJ name after before FlipStar was DJ Sexy Pilatin. I don't even know how to pronounce
DJ Sexy Pilatin. I remember.
Some weird shit due to the fact, going back to my cousin, he had DJ Sex Appeal, which that was supposed to be my name. So we just ran through what our cousin was doing, the DJ name, how he was DJing, going through the parties and stuff like that. But I didn't like that name. That name wasn't catchy enough, and it was kind of corny. So here comes Little Flip. This is a hip hop artist. He comes out with a song called Game Over. This record is huge in the city and then down south. And the first thing that comes out of his mouth is flip, 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 game over. With that, I said, hold up. This is catchy, but I need something else. I can't just name myself Flip. I seen a little kid in the park with a spray painted tee. That back in the days, we used to rock spray painted tees. It said FlipStar. I connected that and I said, I'm gonna take that FlipStar. The record was out, it was popping. Next thing you know, I see a little kid with the missing piece, which was the star, all in one, and that's where it came. That's where FlipStar came about.
You remember the first time you DJ'd at your event where they said, we want you to come over here and DJ? You remember that?
Sofa. That was my first real event at the age of 17 going into 18, or I think it was at the age of 18. I don't remember the age, but that was the first time I actually DJ'd at a club, and then they actually told me, yo, we need you back next week. So then that's when I started being on flyers. I started opening up for DJs that we looked up to. And then from there, I just started leveling up, just grinding, hustling, making sure I get a booking at least once a month at that time, or twice a month, because nobody knew who FlipStar was.
This was like about 10 years ago, right?
Exactly 10 years ago. I'm 28, so 10 years, you could say 10, 11 years ago.
Is it different now?
Completely different.
With the DJs and how back then there weren't that many, and now that there's a lot, like what do you feel is completely different with these DJs now than how it was when you started coming up?
They think that well, before I came in the era that Serato already came out, due to the fact I was already young, and I wasn't in that era with the vinyls and with the DJs, yeah, but I first got into the game when Serato really first came out, which was 10 years ago, 11 years ago, around there. So it was easy, but then at the same time it was hard due to the fact people wasn't gonna respect it just because you had a laptop. Now you could have a laptop, you could have music in your computer, and easily tell an owner or a promoter, yo, listen, I'm trying to DJ, I'm trying to take this serious as my career. Can you give me an opportunity? It's way easier to get in the game now than before. Before, it was much harder due to the fact they have a lot of known DJs, and you really had to step your game up. If you wasn't a known DJ, then they won't book you. Now you don't have to have a name. They can easily book you, easily.
How do you feel about that though? Because back then it feels like it was a little bit harder just to get into a place. Now it's just you need a laptop and know somebody, and then that's it, you're a DJ. How do you feel? Like does it bother you that you worked hard at the beginning and now everybody kind of gets it easy, or do you just go with the change?
I mean, like you said, you gotta go with the change. It's not, I mean, it doesn't bother me at all. As long as I see people grinding and by any means necessary getting to wherever you wanna get to, I don't care about that. Even if you started today, even if you started before, it's just, you just have to go with the flow now. At the end of the day, you can't get mad at them. You could get mad at them, but then you can't get mad at them you know what I'm trying to say? Like, you could be mad, but then you still gotta grind. Even if the next person just came out of nowhere and it's blowing up. You're
Dominican, correct?
Yeah, I'm 100% Dominican.
100% Dominican. How does it feel, or how did it feel when you got the opportunity to be pretty much the first Dominican on radio, Power 105.1?
You could take that back, because we're not gonna disrespect Carl Blaze, rest in peace. He was actually the first Dominican to be on Power.
Okay.
I did my research, so rest in peace to Carl Blaze, man. Just to be in the radio, period. Give a fuck if I was the first Dominican or the second Dominican. That's actually like the dream come true. That's basically like you trying to go, if you're a basketball player, trying to be in the NBA. The radio for me personally, that's how I see it as. So it's like getting inside the league and just building your brand type thing. The whole world is listening to you when you're on the radio, especially in New York. So that actually was a blessing. I was actually excited. I was surprised too. It was through Pro Style, DJ Pro Style. Shout out to the DJ Pro Style for that. He really put in that word, and they actually ran with it. And look where we at. I got 5 years now on the radio. If a lot of people don't know that, I was in the radio. I started doing radio at the age of 23, so 5 years strong.
How was it that first time you went up there? You knew that you were gonna have
I had no clue.
millions of people listening
I don't
to you.
know. I sounded so fucking scared, nervous. A lot of people knew the first time I was DJing there for the first time. I sounded horrible. I was just anxious, nervous, excited at the same time. A butterfly going and stuff like that. Like I fucked up a little bit, but you fuck up and then you fix your mistakes.
And you learn from them. So now it's easy for you. Now you go up to the radio and it's like, it's
with my eyes closed. With my eyes closed.
Was it tough though to have, usually when you play in clubs, it's not really like censored and you don't, was it tough to play on radio and you have to have everything clean and you have to know what to play and how to play it?
At the beginning, like I said, yeah, it was tough because you can't play everything that you're playing in the clubs on the radio. So they give you a whole list of the records that you have to play, and like you said, you have to have everything have to be clean. You just can't throw any record and just because it's clean and just throw it. You have to follow rules and regulations.
How do you feel the radio itself, or do you feel the radio itself boosted your career and your name?
Oh, absolutely. That helped me a lot. A lot of people won't even know who FlipStar is if it wasn't for the radio, besides the urban community, because you got to understand, like, I'm Dominican, so my crowd's usually Latin, but when I came inside the radio, that's when my crowd started growing with different type of people, blacks, Caribbeans, Spanish, white, so it actually like built my brand to where it's at right now.
Do you feel that without being on the radio you'll be in the position that you are now?
Depends. If it comes to with the music thing, then that's different. When it comes to like club wise and having my name in the street, that's a hard question. I don't know. Probably not. Depends on how I grind. That's all about grinding, man. You could be on the radio, you don't have to be on the radio. It all depends on grinding. Would it be the same? I don't know. I can't give you that answer, yes or no, so I don't know.
In the Uptown Washington Heights Dykeman community, you were very well known for putting on a super successful artist by the name of Messiah.
Who's that? I don't know who's that. Now I'm fucking with y'all. Yeah, Messiah. Messiah he's actually from Harlem. Like we said earlier, I was raised in Harlem. So we basically was raised in the same neighborhood. What a coincidence. The same neighborhood. We know mutual friends. And yeah, what's up with Messiah?
How did that come about? How did you and him connect after being in the same neighborhood? You connected with the music.
His cousin Mix TPE, which a lot of people know through the promoting area, party world. He's actually a promoter. His cousin is a promoter, so he used to book me. Well, let's fast forward this. I'm gonna go fast with this because that's a long story. We hooked up. He presents his music. I wasn't feeling it at the time because it was too South American, which was La Vocales. I told him to do drives. I told him come back at me when you have better club music. That's the type of music I want from artists. From artists. I don't want that love. You can have the lovey-dovey, but I like club records. We fast forward 2 years after that. And I bumped into him in the club. He was like, yo, listen, I'm doing music still. Come to the studio, listen to my music. I listened to his music. I was feeling a couple of them. Then I gave him the idea, listen, we should start doing Spanish remixes. He like, what you mean? There's records out right now, hip hop records that are out right now, I just want you to just translate it into Spanish with your flow, with your lyrics. You don't have to say everything that they're saying in English into Spanish. You could just start using little words. And I believe the first record was the Rich Homie Quan. Damn, I forgot the record. It was Rich Homie Quan. No se siente bien. Feel some type of way. There we go. That was the record. He did that one. I listened to it. I started playing it in the club. The whole strategy was to have the big record from the hip hop records and translate it into Spanish with a Spanish artist. I just wanted to listen to that shit in the club to see how it sounds. When I mixed the Rich Homie Quan record, which was a real good record at the time, with Messia record, the way that shit sounded in the club was just insane. People was fucking with it. People was vibing with it. So fast forward, we started doing more remixes on the low, on the hush. Then they did the Versace with Migos. Zan got on it. Sensato got on it too. I was in that part of that project. And then Cita Bien comes on. How Cita Bien came about? Through the radio. Look what happens. It was good for like you said. Was it good to be on the radio? Did it benefit you? Yes. We on the radio. My good friend DJ Self, he has a record called Yeah Okay. The Yeah Okay record is blowing up in the city and outside the city. This record is like going crazy. Everywhere you go, you're listening to this record. Boom. Who else I'm gonna tell to hop on and do a Spanish version? The guy that I told before to do Spanish versions on other records, which was Messia. Self didn't want to give me the beat.
No?
He didn't give it to nobody. So he's like, fuck it, Flip. I fuck with you. I see that you're doing something with this artist. Please don't give it to nobody, please. Ain't nobody doing remixes to this. Fast forward, I get the beat that same day. I remember the day, but I know it was in December. I received that beat. I run and I call Messia telling, yo, we out to the studio. There was a studio, I think around 170, I forgot the name, in the Bronx. We go to the studio. I play the beat. I give him the idea to like I told him. He said, yeah, okay. So say Cita Bien. Do some club shit, bro. This is a club record. Do a club record with this. Don't fuck up. This guy records 30 minutes. 30 minutes in, he finishes the record. As soon as he finished, we hear the record. From there on, it's history, my brother. Y'all already know what Cita Bien is about.
So is it safe?
So that's how I'm Messia.
Is it safe to say that you were the originator of the Spanish remix? Is it safe to say that you were the one that?
If there was no Spanish remix, I'm gonna just say it like this: if there was no Spanish remix, if Messia and the rest of the people that was following up with the Spanish remixes and stuff like that, there won't be a Latin trap movement right now. I don't think so. There won't be no Latin trap movement right now, because everything it starts from the bottom, and then y'all take it to the top.
So you don't feel like you don't get enough recognition for that, or does it even bother you?
I do get the recognition inside the music business, but I feel like I don't get the recognition outside the music business, like promoting it wise, letting the whole world know. The people in the business know what I did with Messia. A lot of them, trust me. Your favorite artists know that. But outside, people don't know that. So that. Yes, it's bothering me. Yes, it's bothering me. But you gotta move on with life. At the end of the day, you just don't stop grinding. Eventually, it's gonna come out in light.
You're real cool. You're always laid back. Obviously, I know that. You don't.
That's my personality.
Yeah,
man.
Nothing really affects or bothers you, and you take it. You know.
I mean, it could bother me because we're human, but you just have to move on with life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't
can't just be
dwell.
stuck.
You don't dwell a lot on stuff.
Exactly,
Recently,
I don't dwell a lot
I
on
saw
stuff.
that Flip Empire changed management. Your
Yeah.
longtime manager, Lito, we could say was there from the start of
From
your
the
career.
scratch. He was there from the scratch.
Why the sudden change now when you're at this level?
Oh, we wasn't seeing eye to eye. My vision, he wasn't seeing it, and it was just a lot of back and forth. Where I'm at right now, I need to branch out. So then we wasn't just seeing eye to eye. It was just time to let it go. You know what I mean? We did 10 strong years, which I appreciated, and I will never regret it. But I was just realizing throughout the years that I wasn't growing enough. I'm trying to grow now. You just seen where I started from and what I've done for the past 10 years. Now I want to know what I want to. I'm trying to be at another level now for the next 10 years. So we was just in clicking at the end of the day, and then it was understandable. He moved on with his life. I moved on with my life, and then now I have a new manager, which is Bossman O. He's trying to take me to the next level, which is branch out my brand. That's the main goal as a DJ or as an artist. Branch out your brand. If you don't branch out your brand, then you ain't going nowhere in life. I don't care how much gig you have in Uptown. I don't care how much gig you have a day. You have to branch out. That's basically it.
Are you still mutual friends with Lito?
Yeah. Come on, man. We're from the same hood, the same neighborhood, the same block. I go and chill with them niggas. Like, it's cool. We all cool.
All right. You recently just did a party, and it was for a different radio station called La X.
Oh,
is that
La X.
Is that a new radio station that you're going to be on? Or are you still on Power 105.1? How is that working? How does that work?
That was actually a surprise. I was not expecting this in a million years. They gave DJ Lobo actually gave me a call like, yo, homeboy, tengo que hablar contigo. If y'all know who DJ Lobo is one of the biggest Spanish DJ in New York City for the past, like I said, 10 years plus.
15, 20 years.
Yeah, exactly. We just say 10 years so it won't be, so you won't, the numbers won't look crazy.
We too old, right?
Exactly. So he calls me, we link up, he goes, yo, I think we need you in La X. I'm like, what you mean? Yeah, I'm putting in this word to have you in La X. Just give me a couple of months and let's see what happens, bro. But I got a feeling that you're gonna enter and you're gonna be part of La X. I'm not gonna say no. I'm gonna let you see. I'm gonna let you do what you gotta do and see what happens. We see what happens.
So you wasn't really a believer at the beginning. You were more of just
make it happen. If it happens, it happens. I can't get excited, you know, because at the end of the day, if it would have never happened, then that would have been a disappointment. But I told him, yo, make it happen. He calls me back 2 months later and tells me, yo, don't tell nobody, but that's it, you're already in. So fast forward, I'm doing Spanish music. I'm in the Latin world. I'm doing Spanish tracks with different artists, and here comes the Spanish radio station trying to holler at me. It can't get better than that. Best of both worlds. I got now Power, and then I'm now part of La X, which is signed to Univision. So that's a blessing, man. Who's not gonna take that? If you don't take that as a DJ, even if you don't play Spanish music, you're dumb. Because that, again, building your brand, like we was talking about earlier, building your brand. That's what I'm trying to do. So is it gonna build my brand? If I put in the work, absolutely. So just stay tuned with that. Let's see what happens with La X. Shout out to La X one time, man.
So one DJ, 2 radio stations.
One DJ, 2 radio stations.
That must feel amazing.
That's a blessing.
You have a real strong presence in Dyckman, Washington Heights.
Talking about Dyckman, if a lot of people don't know, I actually went to school in Dyckman. I went to junior high school in Dyckman, right there in IS-52. So everything clicks, man. Everything happens for a reason. I just try to connect the dots and just build my empire, like you said.
There's no future big events, because you do a lot of big events, but they usually come on your birthday. You never thought about maybe doing one big...
Now that we got our X, we're gonna sit down with them, and then hopefully, that's one of my goals, is to do, like you said, events, concerts with artists. So let's pray that happens in the future. We're gonna work on that. So definitely,
you
see that.
You also have very strong ties with a lot of people's favorite artists. Faruko was here for your birthday.
Yeah.
You posted up that you stay in contact with J Balvin a lot.
Ozuna now. Shout out to Ozuna. Who else? J Alvarez, Zion, and majority of the Spanish artists that are out and that are huge, they basically they friends. I got good relationship with all of them. And if it's not the Puerto Ricans, got good relationship with the Dominicans too. El Alfa, El Mayor, El Nene, Secreto. You name them all, man.
We used to be huge fans of reggaeton. How does it feel knowing these people personally now and not just hearing them on a record? Are you still a fan?
Hell fucking yeah, I'm a fucking fan. I'm a fan before I'm their friends or business wise. It's overwhelming, man. And it's actually a dream come true, because like you said, we used to be in the living room blasting these guys' music. Majority of them.
The old school guys.
The old school ones. It's just a blessing, man. It's just, you work hard, and if you want to set a goal that you want to achieve, to meet these artists, to work with them, trust me, it could happen. So it's actually overwhelming, and it's a blessing.
Dominican artist, Tali. There was a situation between you and Tali where tensions were on, I guess you could say, both sides, or maybe was it one-sided? What was that situation about?
That was just him miscommunication with me. I put a post up about Bad Bunny, to this day, one of the hottest artists that ever came out in the Latin trap movement that's going on right now. I just put a post up saying that I like the guy's music. I'm a big fan. And me personally, I could give my own opinion because I'm a DJ. I just simply said, I'm only playing, listen to what I said. I'm only playing or listening to Bad Bunny's verse or records. That's my opinion. You can't get offended with that. So he felt a certain way, and it went left. So he went his way, I went my way. From there, I don't know nothing about him.
So there's no, you don't communicate.
Nah.
Do you play his records at clubs?
No, I don't, because he disrespected me.
Right, so you feel like you need a formal apology.
Even if it's an apology now, it's too late. It's just, I didn't do anything wrong. They felt like I did something wrong, or I was talking shit, or I was doing this.
There was a situation with a very well-known artist up here, Dykeman, Tali. Friends of yours, as everybody saw,
not no more.
Was friends. What was that situation about? What happened?
Well, me personally, I have no fucking clue. This shit went left field out of nowhere. Like I said, I started this shit with the Spanish movement up here, then it, fast forward, look where it's at right now, the Latin movement, the Latin trap movement. I helped every single Latin artist that came from New York. Ain't nobody could tell me that I did not help them with their music and with their career. So, with this Tali situation, I'm a big fan of Bad Bunny. Me personally, if I'm a fan of you, I'm gonna rock your music to the end. You know what I mean? As long as you don't disrespect me. I was playing Tali's music during the whole time till this shit happens. I put up a post saying, if it's not Bad Bunny verse, me personally as a DJ, I'm not playing the rest of the record. The rest of the record, you could, because you know these Puerto Ricans be having records with different artists. Mm-hmm. It'll be like 5 of them niggas in one record. I specifically said if it's I'm only gonna listen to a Bad Bunny verse. Fast forward, he put up a comment that it blew my mind. He's put some shit that disrespected the shit out of me. Then he took it to another level and started disrespecting me on live. So then I said it. I was like, yo, I'm not fucking with you. You go your way, I go my way. It escalated a little bit. We handled it, and that's about it, bro.
So it's
He
safe to
moved
say
on. I
that-
moved on.
But there was no apologies. Nobody apologized.
No, I mean, I'm not supposed to apologize. I ain't
No,
do
on
anything
his
wrong.
end.
They felt like I did something wrong, but I don't see nothing wrong about that. He just felt some type of way, and that's when you see everybody true colors. At the end of the day, I didn't do anything to him, so I just moved on with my life. He moved on with his life. That's not affecting me. That's not gonna make me or break me at the end of the day. They tried to break me, but it didn't.
So you don't play none of his records
For what?
in the club?
He disrespected. I'm not playing anybody's record if you're gonna disrespect me. I don't care how good the music is. If you have the hottest record out right now, like you said, there's a lot of million other DJs that could play it. But remember this, when I'm playing a record and when I'm on a DJ booth, it's completely different. It's a completely energy, it's a completely vibe. It's not the same. So what I'm saying by that is in a good way. That's about it.
So there's no mending this friendship, no nothing. It's just
None of that. I felt disrespected. Ain't nobody disrespected me more than what he did. He knows what it is, but we move on with life, man. Next question, B.
You have it touched you a little bit. That question touched you a little bit. Do you have how do you feel about the Latin trap movement and this dembow movement?
Well, I don't know why is it trap, but we're just gonna leave it like that. The Latin trap is and that shit surprised the shit out of me. I didn't know it was gonna be to that level. Like I said, it was something that it wasn't just an idea, just to have Messiah's music to be buzzing in New York, and it just expand from one day to another. It expand. I'm proud of it. It's really doing good. The culture is growing. A lot of people is doing music. But just stay tuned, man. I'm coming hard, pause, on what I'm gonna be working on. So I'm not gonna give you a lot of detail, but y'all gonna see what's up.
Do you have any big projects or any exclusives that you want to let everybody know that is coming soon? You did say that you're working on music.
I'm actually now there's this little movement too with Brazilian music. I'm gonna come out with some crazy shit. I'm gonna come out with some Brazilian Spanish type of vibe.
With Brazilian artists or?
No. These are Dominican artists and probably 2 or 3 Puerto Rican artists too. Depends. I'm trying to figure it out who could fit in it, but y'all can stay tuned with that.
No names? We can't get no names, no artist names?
Nah, because nothing is confirmed.
Okay.
There's 2 names confirmed. Breakon, because he's coming up right now. Breakon is an artist from out here in New York, and I forgot the name of the other artist too. But stay tuned with that though. That's gonna do an impact. It's gonna be big. I'll tell you that. Due to the fact it's a different sound. We're not familiar with the Brazilian music. There's like 2 or 3 records out that's popping now in New York. So we're gonna start doing Spanish, Brazilian type of vibe music, So stay tuned with that.
Before we wrap up, your favorite club out in Dyckman, Washington Heights?
None of them.
You don't have a favorite club out here?
For me, they all the fucking same. Man.
Yeah, but that one club that you know that you go to and it's like, oh, I'm coming over here tonight and I know I'm gonna kill it. Or just period in general.
I'm always killing it in every club. I'm not trying to sound cocky. It's just, for me, every uptown club, I get the same energy, except for, I ain't gonna lie, man. Sometimes in Opus Saturday, the vibe is different because there's a different crowd. There's people from Jersey, there's people from Connecticut, there's people from Brooklyn, Queens. Cliff also is a good crowd. Depends on the day and the type of event they have. The best club for sure is Cliff, due to the fact that it's a bigger venue, it has different VIPs, it got a second floor and stuff like that. Now that's it, man. Just follow me on Instagram Every social media is DJ FlipStar. If y'all want to Google me, see my bio, see videos, just type in DJ FlipStar and just stay tuned with what I'm about to come out with real soon. All right?